What a morning. So, me and my grandma left early to go to her eye doctor appointment for her follow up for her surgery. And that doctor has a reputation for taking a long time. And we always end up waiting a couple hours for an appointment, so she got an early one, right? So she'd be in front of the line and then we'd be in and out quick. It actually ended up taking 2 hours. So I sat out there from 9 o'clock or like 8:45, 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock pretty much. And, you know, had that happened to me a year ago or even a few months ago, I would have been so frustrated and so upset because I had a plan for the day and I wanted to get things done and just would have ruined everything, right? I would have been so upset, frustrated. And I was like, okay, I would have been like, oh, let's go straight home because I need to work. And I wouldn't have wanted to get lunch or anything. But then today, my grandma came out of the appointment and she's like, I want this for lunch. And so we tried going there, but then it was closed. And we went to a place across the street. She's like, oh, is there anywhere we can walk to? And I suggested the place we like, the Taiwanese restaurant. And so we get there, we try some new dishes, which we really ended up liking. Then, across the street from the Taiwanese place, there's this shop that has the lotto sign. And she was like, oh, I'm feeling lucky today. I want to buy lotto. I was like, okay, like I'm with it, let's do it. And so we go into the store, but then turns out they didn't have it there. That was just an old sign. So we went around the corner to the nearest place that did have it, and they did have the lotto. So we get the scratch off. She gets one and I get one. And then she also gets the Mega Million and Powerball. And I said, wow, you're really feeling lucky today. This first scratch offs, we don't win. And then we get a second round of scratch offs. This time I choose a different number, she chooses the same one. She wins $20. Okay, off $2. Like, we're like, whoa, like that's so cool. I mean, it's not about the money, you know, it's about the excitement of winning. And she was so happy, right? Especially on a day where she felt lucky. And I chose number 41 because that was the first number that I saw when I walked in. I walked in and I saw the row of scratch offs and all the options of scratch offs. And I chose and I saw number 41 upon first glance. I said, okay, I have to pick 41. Speaking to me. And I choose 41 and I start scratching off the numbers. So it's the one where you like scratch off 5 at the top. And then there's, I think, 9. No, there's 12 numbers at the bottom. So if any of your numbers match the top numbers, you win the amount underneath the number. And the first one matched, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one, then the fifth one, all the way until the eighth one. And it was $10 every single time, right? So that's $80. And then the next two were no wins. And then the last two were $10 each as well, wins. So it's $100 on the $5 ticket. And the moral of the story is not about the money. I don't tell this story to say, oh, I won $100. Like, it's amazing, even though it is. I say it because none of this would have happened had I not allowed the natural course of things to take place. And, you know, once she got out of the appointment, I let things happen. She wanted to get lunch, so we went and got lunch. And then she wanted to go get the lottery ticket, we went and got the lottery ticket. Oh, but then they went around, but they don't have it, so we had to go around the corner. Like, I wasn't forcing anything. I let everything happen naturally. And I went along with that. I went with the flow. And look what happened. We won $120 off a $10 investment. And that just goes to show how you have to just allow things to flow naturally in life. And I'm not saying just go with the flow where you're not doing anything, but don't go against don't go against the force of nature, I guess, or of this universe. I think that's a very important story for me to apply to the rest of my life. And I talked about this on my video yesterday or the day before, I think. And I was already feeling that, that I want to be going with the flow, and especially with my business and the things that I'm working on. And I want things to happen naturally, and they are. But that was just a perfect example of it. Wow. And then we went and got um, Chinese pastries with coffee, and my grandma was so happy, and I was so happy. I came home and I said, you know what, like what they say in English, they say my heart is so full, and my heart really is so full. I think the universe is so amazing, and it's just wow. Yeah, what a great morning. I know it may seem like in your head that you really want this one thing or you need to do this one thing. But to do that one thing, you have to kind of like go against everything that's happening to try and force that thing to happen. But don't do that. Let things happen naturally, and you'll see that good things come from that, and that it all happens for a reason. That's what I was saying to my grandma. It all happens for a reason. You know, had we not waited 2 hours at the doctor's appointment, then it would have been too early to get lunch, and we would have went straight home and never even considered the lottery ticket, right? So many things could have happened differently had I resisted or tried to change the course of things happening. But I didn't. It all happened naturally. And we won. So don't force things. Again, don't force it. Let things happen naturally in life, and you will win. I was thinking about what happened earlier today, and there are three main takeaways that I learned from that story. The first one being expectation, and I didn't have any. I didn't have expectation to have money come to me in that way today. Absolutely not. I wasn't thinking to myself, oh, I am expecting money to come. I want money to come. I need it to come. I wasn't forcing it in that way. It just happened. The second is faith, right? I've been manifesting abundance for a while now. And I had faith that I always have faith that it'll come to me in some way. I don't know how. It's not up to me to decide. In some ways it is, right? But in many others it's not. And you need to have faith, like when it's like knowing you're gonna breathe, you know? It's just that becomes that instinctual. That's how hardwired your faith needs to be, and how concrete your faith needs to be, right? So when you think about lifting your arm, you know your arm's gonna lift, and that's the faith that you need to have. If you're working on a business, when you think about your business working, you need to 100% have faith that it's going to work, right? You know for a fact, and you need to have faith in yourself and the universe to take care of that and to get you there. You just need to have such an unwavering faith. And that's what faith is, right? It's not, I hope that this is going to happen for me. I don't hope that my business is going to succeed. I have faith that it will. Meaning you know that it's going to happen, right? And then the third is patience, right? I said it kind of goes hand in hand with faith, but I've been manifesting this for a while, and abundance, right? I was manifesting the lottery ticket win. And having that patience that it'll come to me, right? It's slowly coming in. Not even slowly lately, it's coming in. And there's a long period of time when I first started this journey that my bank account wasn't moving, and it still barely is. Just have patience, wait. And I think patience is so hard because we look at social media, it's very hard, but then you see other people around you, doing well, whatever. And it's the problem with it is we think patience is waiting a couple weeks, but patience is not waiting a couple weeks. It's sometimes months and years. That's the hard thing about patience. So we need to kind of recalibrate our minds into thinking that, it could be 10, 15 years before I see results. But if those results make it worth it, don't you think it's worth the wait? Some people can't fathom waiting that long, and so that's why they don't, you know, they don't try their own pursuits. They just work for somebody else. It's easier. And something that is so, so vital when you receive is to be grateful, to express gratitude. If you're manifesting money to come to you, and it does, in any way, shape, or form, whether it be a penny on the ground or, you know, you get a free dessert, in a way that's money coming towards you, right? Because you saved money. So instead of it going out, it stayed with you. There's such little things that we overlook. But if you're manifesting money and you see it in any form, that's the universe telling you, showing you that money is coming toward you. And so you have to be grateful. You have to accept that with open arms, no matter what it is, and say thank you to the universe. Because it is showing you signs that your manifestations are coming true. I talk about gratitude a lot on this channel because it is so important and it is so overlooked. It really is. You're not just going to say thank you when you succeed, right? And it's going to be hard to get there if you don't say thank you before then. But you don't just say thank you when you have wins. I get it. It's hard to see a penny on the ground and think, oh, thank you, right? I'm so happy to have this penny. But the truth is, that's the universe speaking to you and showing you a sign. So how could you not be thankful? Because it's listening to you. One, when you're getting yourself out of a rough place. But two, you know, when you're on toward that path to success, on that journey. You cannot take anything for granted. Don't take anything for granted at all. It's all here for a reason. It's all here to help you. You just have to see it from the right perspective. And then you'll see how grateful. And then you'll just feel grateful. You'll feel so, so grateful. Yeah. I'm grateful I get to have a night's sleep under a roof in a comfortable bed in a temperature-controlled room. How lucky am I? I'm so grateful for that. And speaking of that, it's time to go lay down in that bed and go to sleep. So good night. Thank you for watching.